Hey guys, RC here. This is episode 4 of our Draft Day Sports college basketball blog, whatever it is. I'm old, man. I don't know all these newfangled terminologies. But anyway, we're doing it. We're doing something. You guys are watching it. You seem to like it. So thank you very much. We're going to keep it coming. I was asked to pass on some information by somebody over at Wolverine Studios. Chris, the head of GM Games, who's putting out the vlog on his networks, put it over there, and somebody had asked me to put something up to help new players. So I figured I would do that here at the beginning of this episode. So if you come, you have all the stuff here, the left toolbar, the upper toolbar for in-game. But up here you've got the 3 bars, and you guys probably know what that means. There's a menu here. So you can save as if you want to change your file name, adjust your sound, your game options. And this is the one he wanted me to show you. So if we click on the help button, you get to this screen and it changes everything. And right here, if you have customer support, access the forums over at Wolverine Studios, catch Wolverine on Twitter. But this is what they wanted me to point out is a help guide. So if you're having issues with anything in the game, anything at all, I mean, there's FAQs here, but the help guide, bam, let me go ahead and enlarge that. This is a 12-page quick guide for the game, and this is something that Wolverine put together. So how to start your association, basically everything. I mean, from opening the game, the 3 bars, what's all available in there. Probably told me where to find the schedule if I would have looked. Moving through the season, loading saved information, a tournament maker, multiplayer league setup if you're interested in doing that. So you can actually play head-to-head with friends of yours through a network. So check that out if you are so inclined. I don't have any friends, so I play by myself. That came out wrong. No. Anyway. How to restore a backup. So anyway, they wanted me to point out that help guide. So there it is in all its glory. And then to get out of that, you just click on any one of these thingamajiggers down here and it'll get you back in. I've gone ahead and set up the recruiting for this week. I came right back from last episode. I do want to go in just to refresh. So we're going to look at our call and watch list and only the committed players. So just a reminder, we signed small forward Kyle Smith. He's the number 707 prospect and can't play defense worth anything. And Zach Benton, a point guard, also can't play defense, but he has B in passing and A in handling. So I really wanted him for his distribution. A little perturbed by him only being 5'8", but hey, Spud Webb could play in the NBA. I'm sure Zach Benton could play for Navy. Now, as far as the guy that we're going after, so we've added to our list with the guys in light blue. Those are the guys that we've called this week. We've set up some information, but we are going after Brett Nolan. Now, the concern with him, he lives in Virginia, in Vinton, Virginia, goes to William Byrd High School. Location is his big deal. I haven't been able to get anything from him on his parents. He hangs up on me every time. And we're his number 5. Now, he said we're in the running. I think he's going to go to Virginia, Virginia Tech, something like that. But we'll see because he's the guy I'd like. But I have gone after quite a few power forwards here this week. They are not on the list yet, or actually, I guess they are. But we're watching film. We've got some guys coming in on visits this week, so that's what's going on in recruiting. wanted to catch you back up in case you had forgotten who we had already recruited. We've got one scholarship left. So with that, let's get into the games. So jumping back into our dashboard, remember last episode, that's where we found our schedule. So you can see we are on a 6-game losing streak. I had played ahead. As I mentioned, I was going to do at the end of last episode, I was going to get up to conference play. And you can see, I think, didn't we play Oregon, maybe North Florida last episode? I don't remember. But yeah, NC State beat us by 14. We actually beat Morehead State, so that was a nice road win. And then we lost by 14 to the Cougs down in Houston, Texas, which, that's okay because I live in Houston, so go Cougs. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we were competitive in a couple of games, but we got blown off the court in a few other ones. So we've got a ways to go, and you can certainly see the difference between playing at home and playing on the road. But now we're getting into conference play. Now it's time to, really see how we stack up. Because remember, the goal is to win 10 games or more and finish in the top 3 of the conference. So right now, job security is at 100%. But we got a long way to go. Long way to go. Reputation is still average. I have not earned any money yet because I guess we don't get paid weekly or bi-weekly. We get paid at the end of the year. So I'm still living with my parents, I guess, because I'm not making any money. Thanks, Navy. It's a hell of a commute from Louisiana, where my parents live, to Annapolis, Maryland. Or maybe they're giving me a room. You remember that movie Glory Road? It's based on a true story. If you haven't seen it, Texas Western. Very good movie. Suggest you watch it. Personal recommendation. Check it out, man. Anyway, remember that movie? Spoiler alert, the coach, they didn't have any money, so he had to live in the dorms with the players. Him and his wife and his kids all lived in a dorm room. It's pretty funny. Anyway, let's get to it. We are playing, so let's click there. And all right, there is our opening match. So we're going to go to this day. Sim to date. Now remember, I did change the setting last episode, so when it gets to our game on this little sim screen, it'll stop for just a second. That stopped because it's the end of that day. So we were doing like 3 or 4 days. It'll do that at the end of every day. And there we are. We beat American 80-69. So we'll go back and check that box score. I was just simming up to the next, couple of days where we don't have games. But that's good. We needed a win very badly. We are 5-7, 1-0 in the conference, so that's excellent news. So give me some feedback in the comments, guys. Let me know what you're thinking of the save, how you're liking things, any suggestions, things you want to see differently, outside of actually playing them out long ways, because I ain't going to do it. I don't have time, and I don't play that way. I sim all my games. Football Manager, I sim all my games except for the ones that I play on my channel. But when I play solo, I let the assistant manager run. Same thing with Out of the Park. They all just do that. So let's see. Let's go back here. There we are. Box score. All right. So 20-6 in the paint. So we dominated them in the paint. 6-4 second chance points. 10 zip on fast break points. Jerry Douglas goes off for 18 points, 3 assists, and 5 boards, 3 steals on top of that. Good game, winning player of the game honors. 6 points for Welch, 14 and 6 for Austin, 12 points for McCray, and 17 points for Fountain. He really stepped up. Is Fountain, he's not my regular starter, is he? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's my everyday starter. Maybe he is. I don't remember. Laster, nobody. 5 points for Laws off the bench. And our leading assist player was McCray. So good on him. All right, no emails, so we'll go ahead and get back into the simming here. And we are playing Lafayette today. Now, they're 1-11 on the season. Lost their first conference game. All right, we got drilled. So a 1-11 team just beat the snot out of us. Wow. All right, we'll have to go back and check that out. All right, so you may notice that I edited out, at least I hope I remember to edit it out, some of the matches on those dead days when we're not playing. I will do that quite often just to shave out empty space in a video. They scored 24 points in the paint. They dominated us. They also had more second chance points and more fast break points. We don't usually get outscored that way. We led 34-30 at the half and got outscored 36-13 after the intermission. Holy smokes. That is insane. Now, road game, so that probably plays a role, but wow. Almost 3-1 in the second half. They were 2 for 13, 3 for 19 on three-pointers. We were 2 of 14. Only one player in double digits. There's our first double-double of the season. Austin goes off for 12 points, 11 boards, 3 for 7 shooting. All right, let's revisit the strategies here. All right, let's take a look at our depth chart. All right, McCray is a better outside shooter. Fountain is a better outside shooter. Welch is a much better outside shooter. Douglas is a better outside shooter. And Austin is our best inside shooter, but he can shoot better from the outside as well. All right, let's revisit this. All right, flex, shuffle, Princeton. You know what? I'm gonna add some 5 out into our mix. And a high post. You know what? I want to get rid of that. We're going to drop that. 40, 50, 75. So we're going to go, I'm going to put 25 in there. That'll be our second. And I want to favor the outside. The higher the percentage, the more structured you'll be. You know what? A lower percentage. I'm going to set it to 35. Let's do that. So I want them to shoot more from the outside. According to this, if you set a lower percentage, they'll have more freedom to kind of do what they want and play in their style. So that could help them take more outside shots as well. All right, let's do that. I want to switch that over. All right, looks like we had some things happen this week. All right, didn't think it was worthwhile. So none of them liked the visit. Let's pop back into recruiting here. A couple of them have gotten to cool at least. All right, we're still 5th on his board. Taking a look at the dates. So evidently this September 11th date is the earliest they can actually commit. And we got 2 players then. Now they won't sign their letters of intent. So I think you still keep calling them and working them and keep them on your call list, because you might be able to pull somebody away if it's real close. Not sure, but that would stand to reason. All right, let's see. Kind of like this guy. We're going to scout him. All right. You know, I am tempted. Let's call this guy. Hold on. Yeah, let's call him. No, I can't DM you the questions. The game doesn't allow me to do that, right? If I could do that, then I would have done it already. All right, let's school location. Damn. Let's dial him up one more time. Conference press. Okay, well, he just doesn't want to talk to me, even though he's cool, but that's all right. We've got that going on. They visited. Nope. Nope. And nope. And nope. Oh, he did. Yes. All right. And they did not. And just a heads up, I'm using the hotkeys right now. And I do want, we already did that. So I think this is, well, do I want him? Handling, passing. I wouldn't mind if I have to get a third player. I wouldn't mind another point guard. He's got some height. He can play defense. And he's got decent ball skills. So he could actually be a better player, less ball handling talent. But that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll jump back into some game time here. All right, we're just going to sim the day here. Another loss. This one was at home to Boston. 7-point loss. Is that what that was? 8-point loss. Math. Do the math. 12 points for Douglas. I wish this seems to bounce around. I don't know how it sorts. But I don't think it's by position. Because McCray is my guard. I wish this was in, either point 2, 3, 4 center or center 4, 3, 2 point. I wish that was consistent, because then you could tell at a glance without having to remember what position they play, or put their position, put a column right here for their position. Suggestion, Wolverine, Gary, think that would help out. I would like it. Just my 2 cents. Probably only worth half a cent, but that's okay. We had 10 points off the bench for Laws. I am going to go... I'm going to, every once in a while, I'm going to just update that and just make sure they are, still the best players for the job. All right, standings. So 1 and 2, that means we're 2 games behind Bucknell, and we are in the bottom half of the table. Not good. Oh, boy. All right, we win on the road. I think that's our second road win of the season, so that's nice. Gets us back to 500. And we played Loyola. Always wanted a greyhound. Personal information tidbit. But I have too many animals. And I did look into it. If you ever want to adopt an old racing greyhound, they have to be the only animal in your house. And I've got, as you guys may have heard the other day, I have 11 cats as part of my zoo. Yeah, so anyway, can't have a greyhound. Next life, maybe. 17 points, 5 assists for McCray, 12 points and 5 boards for Fountain, 8 points for Austin with 7 boards, and we got 8 points from Hurd off the bench. So that's good. All 5 of our starters were in the positives for the plus minus. I'll be honest, I have no idea. I know the plus minus is an interesting category. I don't know how it's calculated. I think it's a head-to-head, you against your counterpart based on minutes played. I don't know. So plus 14 is really good. Plus 1, plus 2, it's kind of average, break even. It's not good or bad. And, then negative numbers means you got played off the court. So that's how that goes. Anybody hurt? Yeah, Hurd with 8 points, 4 boards for Skipper. All right, let's get one more game before we jump into the standings. All right, so there's a big win, 9 points, and that puts us to 3-2 in the conference, and more importantly, our 7th win of the season. So we're only 3 wins away from reaching that 10-win threshold. 9 points, though. We actually led by 8 at the half and then a 41-40 second half. I'll try to remember to look at that a little more. I think that's important. Aaron Welch, player of the game, 14 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. We outplayed him in the paint, gave up more second chance points and more fast break points. 5 players in double digits. Look at that. 16 for Douglas, 14 and 7 for Welch, 10 points for McCray, 12 points for Fountain. Austin missed out being the 5 for 5 on double points for our starters. He ends up with 9 on 3 of 4 shooting. And you can see we've dialed back on 3-pointers. I don't know why that is. I guess they know they're not good at 3-pointers. It just says outside shooting. But it doesn't say, and I didn't see anything in the strategy to really force them to take threes. All right, did not think it was worthwhile. Let's jump back into recruiting here. All right. Let's make some more phone calls, see if he will talk to us. There we go. You guys are not in the mix. All right. So let's take a look at him in more detail now. So playing time, that's his thing. He doesn't really care. So he's in Virginia as well, but we don't know where he sits. I hadn't thought about VMI. I wonder if that's where that other guy's going to go. And they have money, so they could afford to pay for private school if they wanted to. Okay. Well, we're going to ride that scholarship. Let's see, January 18th. So we did get the 2 players signed. We're in the evaluation period. And they won't sign now until the end of the season. So that's troubling. We're really going to have to make a decision if we want to stick with this guy. Because what I don't know, being the first season, I don't know if, let's say he goes, Nolan is who I'm talking about. If he goes somewhere else, will we have the opportunity to offer someone else? He is 6'11". You know what? Let's see. Let's look at them a little more in depth. All right, so here they are side by side. 6'11" to 6'7". Peterson's actually ranked higher. Better scorer. Better inside, equal outside. Better defender. Better rebounder. Not quite as good at blocking. He's not as good an athlete. So you know what? I'm going to stick with Nolan. I think Peterson might be an actual better player. But because I do like the full court, half court pressure, high defensive intensity. I really need better athletes, and a D is just not very good. All right, so we're going to pop these guys. All right, all positions. I did ask the question about watching film. Let me see if I can give you guys the answer there. Let me get that off the screen. And it was one of my questions. I did put a post over at Wolverine if you guys want to check that out. Anytime I have questions in the game, I post them over there in hopes of getting answers that then I can share with you guys. But if you ever want to look, that's where I post all the questions at, is at Wolverine. So how to build interest. Call, determine their interest, have them visit your campus, find out if the parents control the decision, what the parents' interests are, do your home visit, focusing on the interests that's important to them or their parents, and then you could bribe them if you want to be a douche. I have high integrity in the game and in real life, so I'm not going to do that, of course. I just finished playing Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. I always play as the light side. I can't play a Sith character. Just can't do it mentally. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see. Watching game. Okay, here we go. Watching game film is a great way to get an immediate evaluation of the recruit's ratings. Beyond that, it doesn't do much unless you and your staff evaluation of his skills differently on a subsequent watching of the film. So basically, watch it once, and those are guys that you're going to want to go in and basically do this. So let's see, we want to look at only available and watch list. There's got to be hotkeys for that too, right? One would think, but I don't know what they are. All right, and then we're going to watch your film and then watch your, that's it. W is the watch list. I wonder if B is both. Yes, B is both. Hell yeah. And we're going to watch film, host a visit. Sure. Do you want to host a visit? How about you? All right, we're going to go both and watch film. Remember, you can have 50 people. Oh, I'm at 50 because nothing's happening now. Okay, so all these guys that didn't have, and I sorted by ranking, and then you can just pick up from there. So, and it looks like as they sign, they come off of your list. It looks like it at least. So, we can find that out. Call and watch list, all recruits. Oh, and if you hit R, it'll remove them from the list. All right, so basically anybody that's signed outside of me, and that's how you would get maybe some call and watch list space left. So yeah, it looks like we do have some, because you can, because see, it looks like you have. That would be another suggestion when they sign especially with another team, have them come off of your call and watch list. Just seems to make sense. Let me double check our time, and we're about that spot, so let's end on a match. All right, so we simmed up to the day. We're at home playing Lehigh. They're 2-3 in the league, 5-11 overall. And we lose by 3 at home. Come on, man. St. Mary's in San Francisco. That's the big boys in that conference. That is disheartening. 3-point loss. Tied at the half. Brutal. And we dominated, so we should have won this game. I feel bad. 19-8 for Austin. Another good game for him. At 10 points for Laster with 6 boards off the bench. 8 points for Butler, 9 for Hurd off the bench, outscoring all of the starters. Douglas played 1 minute. He only had 1 foul. I wonder if he got hurt. A broken foot. 69 days. Ow. All right, so we're going to have to go into the depth chart. All right, Douglas is out, so let's suggest that. So McCray, Fountain, Welch, Laster's going to be in. Douglas. Player stats. 15 starts, 8 points, 3 boards per game. Oh, that's cool. So a lot, he shoots really well straight out the paint. He does have some touch from the right corner, but not so much from the left corner. And out beyond the central arc, he's 50% or better, or at least close to it. So that's cool. But he's got a broken foot, so he is down for 2.5 months. So if we check our dashboard, all right, last game we played was Houston, so we've got 3 wins, 3 losses this sim. We at least played competitively in one of them, and standing wise, we're still in the bottom part of the table. Well, I say that, but we're 3-3. It's like everybody's 3-3, so we're only 1 game from the lead. So technically we're in second place, so we're meeting expectations, and we have 7 wins, so we're still looking for 3 more. 3 more. All right, and how many games do we have left? We have 12 games left. Looks like they're all conference games. Yep, so we're all conference games from here on out. We've got 12 games left. So what I think I'm going to do, and here's where you guys can give me some feedback. Now, I'm going to do this now, or on the next episode, but if you tell me otherwise in the comments, then I can change things up. Do you want to see every game, or do you want me to sometimes skip ahead and get through seasons faster? Let me know. So if we look at this, we played 6 or 7 games last episode, and then I played all of these games off camera up through Houston, and then that gave us 6 games today. So with 12 left, we'll have 2 episodes plus conference tournament and postseason recruiting wrap up, final signings, and moving into the next season. That'll kind of be the third episode. So we're looking at four episodes of games, and then I will probably do what was episode 0. Well, we won't do again because we're already set up. What was episode 1 was kind of getting through the initial recruiting. I probably will not do that anymore. I probably will not record that part. I'll just get through recruiting as fast as I can to get to games. And then we'll do a recruiting recap, who I'm after, anybody that signed as of the opening day of the season. But we're looking at 4 episodes, right? 5 episodes if we do every game. So 6 games per episode is what it's coming out to. And then the last episode, the 5th episode, would be recruiting wrap up, final signings, conference tournament, postseason tournament, if and when we make one. And then moving into the next season, prepping for the next season. So that would be 5 episodes. Or I could do 4 episodes and basically do a point like this and like I did, here and skip a slate of games, right? So, yeah, and maybe we'd be looking at 6 episodes total. I don't know. Math again. They don't pay me to do math. So anyway, do you want to see every game? Do you want me to go quicker and then focus on conference and just do like recaps for recruiting? Let me know in the comments to the videos, because that's the only way I know what you guys are thinking. And leave them on the video on YouTube, because that's easier for me to see all the comments in one place rather than having to go to 2 or 3 different sites, which is fine, but make it easier on me if you don't mind. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for checking this one out. GM Games, hope you guys are liking what we're doing so far. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that other stuff. We'll see you next time here on the court. Bye.